Death be not proud.
Listen up, ye ignorant sub-humanoid pigs. Holy Diver here, back with another hobby ramble. I know it has been a while. A long while. It's been a minute. I got a really big show for you today. We got the 5 categories are getting the monkey off my back, what I sold on eBay, monetizing for super chats, technology, I don't know, Scotch Showcase, yes, the Scots are done, the Scotch mist is coming, we better watch out, and then Nutrition with the main man is the last category to take us home. So if you follow me on Instagram here, you would know that I've been doing all of my Scottish army, and that's been the forefront of every project I've done. As a matter of fact, let's go back to the first posting when I actually began this project, and we got January 7th. So I'm going to estimate by January 14th, all of the Scotsmen were built, but let's just kind of progress through here. Next update, January 10th. I finished the first 12. The first 12 painted on January 12th. On January 10th. So that's the same week. Without wasting any time, January 14th, I had the first 40 done. 40 Scotsmen, 80 more to go, yep. And then, let's see, going on, not taking any time out, January 18th, another 4 days goes by, another 24 Scots done. Boom. And then, January 23rd, we get 80 done. Progressing, now if you follow me on Instagram, you would know this here. And then, let's see, we get into February. No, we're still January 30th. We got 25 left out of 121. Hashtag Klansman. And then I kind of took a break. This is kind of where I got to the point where I'm like, I can't paint anymore, was February 7th. And I believe they were all done that same week. This was 6 days ago. 6 days ago. So, what is that on the calendar here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They were done on February 14th. So we started on January 7th. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's roughly, no, that's 5 weeks. That's 5 weeks to do the entire project from when I started 121 miniatures, roughly. I could have been done in 4.5 weeks, but I got kind of lazy. And that's what I call getting the monkey off of your back. When you have a big project, it's not going anywhere. It's never going to go anywhere unless you make it go somewhere. And by the time I was done with the Ginger Regiment, yes, I have one whole regiment, everybody has red hair. Because I'm a racist. I think they're going to call you, in current year anyway, if you do anything that goes against the left's narrative, they're just going to brand you a racist. So I'm going to proudly wear the racist crown and say, yes, these guys are all gingers with fish white flesh, puckered by the Highland breeze. All 40 of them. Fish white flesh, puckered by the Highland breeze. They're so white they're almost blue, and they're all disgusting ginger Scotsmen. There you go. There are some people who think this regiment that I painted is quite racist. I, for one, disagree. Listen to me. I am not prejudiced, but as a painter, I am. There you go. And I ain't got no shame in my game, but I'm a warrior too. Let that be known. So, they're the guys with the red flag. So, this is Team Red. Team Blue, Team White. Everybody else has... There's still a lot of gingers in this army. I figured because it's the UK, even a lot of the Parliament guys have the shock of curly red hair from out of nowhere. But, I can't stop laughing about that. But... You gotta get the monkey off of your back. I even went and painted my movement trays brown. I still need to order some movement trays for these guys. I don't really need it because if you form hedgehog with them, you just sort of put the units like this, you know, boom, 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 and look at that. Now I'm in hedgehog, you know, which is cool. So you don't need them, but I would recommend getting the movement trays. It's just going to tie the entire army together. I'm just going to use the Mantic movement trays and paint them brown. I am going to probably white glue these on or find some way to magnetize them. I'm not sure yet, but I don't really need to have these guys leave the tray because getting them to rank up, I've had a little bit of trouble. Not much. It's just remembering how they go, and I will not remember how they go. But that's getting the monkey off of your back. You have to persevere through every project, and this is the biggest project I'm going to have for the year. What's the next topic? What I sold on eBay. So, I got pictures in here. I'm going to flash these pictures online here, so let's see here. And this is this is something that tells me where the market is when you're a seller. I sold my 2nd edition Kings of War used wards and undead, my starter set, the whole pathfinding kit, back when pathfinding was going to be cool, and then I discovered that everybody is such a faggot out there that they don't want me coming to their game stores to demo Kings of War because, you know, they all got to sell magic cards for a living, you know, even though they got the tables, they've got their magic tournament set up, and it was just a phase where it was just very short-lived. So I sold that, and I sold it for $359.99. I sold that for full price. So that kind of tells me, and I believe that's roughly $6 or maybe $5.85, $6, $5.85 per miniature. That tells me there might be a market for pre-painted Kings of War. People might want a pre-painted Kings of War fantasy army. I think he's going to be in for a little bit of surprise when he finds out that those guys they might be super glued on those trays. I am not sure, but they should pry up with a butter knife. Now, no surprise to me, I sold some of my old Greeks for $320. And that was roughly about $4.24 per guy, and there was a grand total of, let's see here, three. I think there was 57 miniatures in there, and let's see here. It was roughly about $5.61 per miniature, which is really good. And then I also sold an entire division of my Romans. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would I do that? Why would I sell some of my Imperial Romans? I sold some of my Imperial Romans simply because that army collects a lot of dust, because I always seem to be the barbarian player. So I don't need as many Romans as I think right now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to sell the cavalry in that army, and I'm going to paint new cavalry, and I'm going to paint new auxiliary figures. But right now, it's just an army that's not in use. And that was like 50 models, I think. Yeah, 50 models each, selling for $6 per guy. And that tells me that people want to buy pre-painted historical figures as long as they're not getting butt raped on the price, or as long as they're getting something nice. And let's say you have a game coming up of Hail Caesar and it is Imperial Rome, and you can go and you can participate and play, and that gave you everything you needed to play. The other one I marketed as a Warhammer Ancients army. Now, what's still sitting on eBay? The orcs that I'm trying to sell. I think that's funny. I mean, okay, this is why it's like you won't make a lot of money as a commission painter for like an orc army is everything, because how many people does it take to sell an army? It only takes one. Wait a minute, not sell but paint. How many people does it take to paint an army? It only takes one guy to paint an army, but it takes 10 other droning faggot ass autistic autards to go, I can paint that better. You know, just to sit there in their dirge about like what I did wrong with my army. You don't have this does not compute with the current meta. You know, the guy sucking down his chai mocha lattes that are filled with soy and everything. And so that just tells me, even when it's a reasonable price, and when it's a reasonable price and you're not getting rammed and you've got like $750 worth of stuff, yeah, people won't buy it. It's getting 1 view per hour, but it has no watchers. It has no watchers. I have another auction, it's got 5 watchers. And it's for a bunch of cavalry that I'm selling right now. So, comparison and contrast on that. What's another thing that has no watchers that tells me that people are autistic and like unreasonable about the game? Oh, hordes. I'm selling my Scorn and I don't want to wait a minute. I don't want to let you know what I'm selling. I want to tell you after I've sold it. But I can let my orcs slide. I don't really give a shit. Okay, is that nobody plays hordes. Let's face it, it's a dead game. For whatever reason, it's still in the top 20 tabletop games out there. Look it up. You can watch the Alan Smith Hobby Wargaming channel show about the top 20 games. I'm very surprised that Warlord did not have one game in the top 20. Flames of War is in the top 20. Battletech by Catalyst Games is in the top 20. But most played tabletop games, Hordes is still there. But, you know, again, it goes into that same autistic dirge. I don't like the way you spread the paint on that arm. I can tell. I could do so much better. And these are the same types of people who buy and buy and buy new shit all the time. All the time. When they could just go buy one thing that isn't half bad and pretty nice. And you don't want to spend money on new shit when nothing you have is painted. You know, I mean, again, I do think that this should be a glory, what do you call it? A very, painting miniatures or 40K models should be a lucrative cash cow for someone. But people are just, again, they're very hyper unrealistic about what things are. You know, they're like, oh, it wasn't painted by Siege Studios. I want to look like I play with Lawrence at Tabletop Tactics. And they open up their soy mouths about that. But, you know, so it's like, okay, if I want to make a little bit of money, I can paint hoplites, and they're going to sell. And I might be able to sell them for $9 a guy. Especially if it's a full division, especially if I've got some skirmishers to go with them. And if I want to double them up with another faction for them to fight, I'm going to make money. Because it proved, and both of those historical auctions sold to the same guy in Hawaii. There you go. I can tell you where it's going. They both sold to the same guy in Hawaii. He bought both. And he's gnashing at the bit for more of what I've got. There you go. Yeah, and so, you know, if I'm lucky, I might be able to rope him into a commission. Who knows? That would be awesome. You know, because this year has to kind of be the year of getting my passive income built up. And that's going to bring me into the next project. Now, I know I said during turn off monetizing on your YouTube channel. Yes, turn it off. So if you can hit the button to monetize, but then you would better go through and turn off every single video you have to commercials. Again, you are not going to make any money on YouTube commercials. You don't want their pity pennies. You know what their pity pennies are? Oh, it's like, oh, I've got 4,000 subscribers and I get $5 every 3 weeks from YouTube. Is that worth it? No. And the commercials are so fucking unbearable, and I mean that. They are unbearable, that I would not wish them on my worst enemy. I would not wish that. I would rather pick my worst enemy up and dust him off, maybe kick a little more sand in his face, rather than him have to watch a YouTube commercial. So basically it's for, I'm asking your opinion. I want to hit the button so that I could do super chats when I'm in the middle of live streams. And I'm going to have a dumpster fire sword point battle report between me and the Ranger. And the reason why I say dumpster fire is that there's nothing bad. It's just that the game is long. And it's 2 gigs. Once I finish editing it and uploading it, it's going to be like 2 gigs. But that's why I'd rather do battle reports on a live stream. And then you can talk to me and everything, and I can make a couple of bucks and pay my cameraman or pay my editor for other things. And I've got all this stuff. So, what did I get? This is some of the money that I got from the auctions already. Let's see. We got a, what is this? Armor SP hard drive. I don't know what this does. We got an Elgato capture card. Now this is going to be for the other channel, Holy Diver movie review. The Grim Creeper Horror Movie Freak Show. I'm going to do some live gameplay there. I'm going to start it out on this channel. I'm going to play a little bit of Street Fighter 2. I'm going to be over there. I've already got a game of Street Fighter going. I'm on the brick level. The brick level where you beat the crap out of all the bricks. So I got an Elgato capture card. I have an adapter so that all I have to do is plug this stuff into my... HDMI. So it's an HDMI adapter. I plug in an HDMI cable, and is this it? No, that's USB. I got the other cable upstairs. Oh, it's right there. So cable goes in, needs a power source, USB, and that's just some of the stuff that I've got coming. I need a different camera arm, and it's basically I'm going to extend the table out to 8 feet. There's going to be one section of the table not being used so that I have a place for casualties and a place for the camera. And I already got a place for the camera. The tripod that I'm using will already work. But I want your opinion on that. If it's okay for me to do some super chats. If it's not, no big deal. I don't need the money anyway. But yeah, I figured it would be nice because I do have a buddy who's willing to help me, but it's not fair that I lean on him and not give him anything for it, you know. So I need to be able to bring in a little bit of money to pay him. And it's basically, I'm going to have kids have figured this out, but I'm going to have everything kind of set up where I come down here, I flip a few switches, and then I go live with the game. And some of this stuff, that's why I bought the hard drive, so that I'm not bombing my computer with video footage all the time. It could just go in here, and that was the number one thing there. I need the extra space for that and everything. And then and I think there's a way to plug that hard drive straight into my camera. I'm not sure. And then finally we come to the Scottish Showcase.
Brothers and sisters are natural enemies, like Englishmen and Scots, or Welshmen and Scots, or Japanese and Scots, or Scots and other Scots. Damn Scots! They ruined Scotland!
You Scots sure are a contentious people.
You just made an enemy for life!
Alright, so this is the Scotsman Showcase. Right here we have our blue regiment. I did blue cuffs and blue collars on all of these guys. That way I would know that the blues always go together. And that's just the regiment, and I'm always going to know who's who. This here is our ginger regiment. Everybody has red hair inside of this regiment, and all of their leather is snakebite leather for their trappings and everything that they've got on them. It's all snakebite leather. So this is the way. Oh, and they also have They're the ones with the, what do you call it, shafts? The Xandri dust shafts. These guys have leather brown shafts. Not a huge difference, but I can tell the difference in this light. So, and then nothing special here, you know, just it's the same command and shot regiment. That's 80 guys still. And then this is the last regiment. This is the last command and shot regiment. This is actually, these are actually the Covenanter models that come in the Scots Covenanter kit, but it doesn't really matter. You know, you do get the bagpiper, which is pretty cool. And I went with somewhat dead grass because I figured the Scotsmen are stinky and they kill the grass as they walk over the ground or something like that. I needed a different basing scheme apart from what Parliament got and everything. And so these guys have white collars and what was the thing that I did to make them so that I would know? Oh yeah. Okay, so snakebite leather, non-snakebite leather, and then these guys all have blue collars and blue cuffs. And that was something I did not do for my Parliament army. And then up here we just have the commander for the entire battalion. This is not done. And let's see. Let's get a look at him from the other side. I still no. He's done. The model's done. This battalion at least needs 3 cannon. 3 cannon, maybe 2 storming parties. But I have the point is I have everything that I want to play. Everything that I need to play. This is a pretty good force to start out with. And it's pretty formidable in its own right. You know, I even think that I could stand up to 3 cavalry regiments very easily. You know, I mean, if you just do it, if you're not playing a points game, you know, I've got 1 battalion, and you get 3 units, so pick them wisely. And that's kind of how that would go. And Warlord lends itself very good to that. It's just a guy in a buff coat, and he's got the Covenanter blue color on him and everything. As for cavalry, I need to finish getting the rest of it. I have 2 units of cavalry that came in the box, and then I have some Scot Lancers. But I am not going to use the actual lance arm that they come with. They come with this really, really, really crappy flimsy lance, and I've already got a conversion in my head that's going to make that better. But these are the Scots. So I hope you enjoyed the Scottish showcase. Gonna get some more guys done later on. I'm gonna be working on some Imperial Romans to kind of replace the ones that I'm going to sell and everything. Simply because, you know, there's nothing wrong with getting rid of what you don't need to downsize a little bit. I wouldn't mind just having 24 cavalrymen and then 48 auxiliary guys, so that because if I do play with the Imperial Romans, I want to play Warhammer Ancients. I really want to play Warhammer Ancients, and I think that will be a better game on live streams than most of the other historics. I think Kings of War Historical will come in a very, very close second to Warhammer Ancients. And other than that, I just want your opinion on whether on the monetization button. You don't want me to do it, I'm not going to do it. You know, but it like I said, it would be nice to pay my camera guy a little bit to help me out. And then during live streams, you know, that's how Razorfist makes all his money. Razorfist only has to work 1 day a week. Oh, look, he's made $700, but he's got, you know, he's got weight. That's what an actual YouTube channel that makes money looks like. That's how you make your money. Because he can't turn on ads. He doesn't speak the magical Disney language that YouTube and the rest of the big tech giants want you to speak. He doesn't speak that magical language. And what do you want? Why are you here, huh? Huh? He doesn't speak that language. I don't speak it either, and I'm not going to speak it anytime soon. So, with that said, let's go into Nutrition with the main man. Alright, you ignorant pigs. It's Sunday morning. You're going to learn about Nutrition with the main man in this segment. Chicken's ready to go. I usually have a chicken salad every single day
for the last 11 years at work. I hate chicken, by the way. Usually I spice it up, but you know, meat's just so expensive right now. So spiced it with salt, lemon pepper, regular pepper, and citric acid. That goes in the oven at 425. All right, I set the timer on my phone for 50 minutes. We're gonna do that right now. Start. Now I have 50 minutes to process all of this food into salads. We'll see you in a minute. So I am roughly about 10 minutes into the process, and I've already chopped up most of the zucchini and most of the carrots. I'm going to start on the yellow squash, and these are the ingredients that I've used for literally the last 11 years in every single lunch. And it sucks eating the same thing every single day, but it also saves you a lot of money. You do not want to buy lunch every single day. I don't even buy a bag of chips to tide me over. I mean, I am really cheap when it comes to like buying food when I'm in my truck and everything. I always have a full kit with me. In a moment I'll show you what everything looks like, and then we'll start assembling the salads. It's not all fun and games. I don't just get to sit around and play games and paint all day. I wanted to do something different for this ramble. I wanted to show you a day in a life. So this is a typical Sunday for me, and I usually start pretty early. I pick up my groceries at 8 a.m. If I could pick them up at 7, I would, because I would rather be out of bed by 6:30 on Sunday, but I didn't get out of bed until like 7:20. I went to bed kind of late last night. I was listening to ghost stories. So, now that that's all chopped up, I'll bring you over and we'll take a look at it, and we'll start to process all of this food into containers. So the first thing I make a grab for is the baby spinach. And don't worry about the freshness on this. I do kind of sort through the leaves a little bit. Like there's some bad leaves right there. I'll just throw them into the container. And yeah, this is all pretty good. So we're going to take a pinch of spinach and put it into each container. All right, and this is good for your bones, good for your blood. I'm not a nutritionist. There's always some stupid new health craze. A lot of nitrates, whatever those are. Not supposed to eat that. That's bad for you. But, you know, and then some carrots go on. All right. And then these are the first two salads, so they're getting the older veggies first. Carrots, they don't really go bad. That's why I like carrots. And plus they're good to snack on. So there's that. I got the newer stuff separated over here. And so, yeah, that'll be good. And then the next thing that goes into the salads is the broccoli. I'm very organized when I do this. This is last week's broccoli, so I kind of got to get rid of it because I bought some more broccoli this week. Everybody gets their broccoli. And then since I have tomato, which I don't normally have, I made my own burgers last night instead of going out. Just going to grab this. Put this crap on top of the spinach. Then I like to drop the beets on the salad. Let's drop the beets on them. Here comes that can. That motherfucking can. We'll drop the beets on them. So beets go onto the salad. I always use pickled beets. All right. And then I got to worry about dressing. I don't have the meat yet. But what I use for dressing is I get some dill relish. And we're only going to do this to one salad. And I always go red container first, so I know that that's Monday's salad. And this is what I use for dressing. I use relish. It's got a lot of vinegar in it, keeps you regular. And then the next condiment, I don't put the honey on my salad because I realized I was kind of like grinding sugar into my teeth, and I'm like, whoa. Teeth is expensive. Let's not do that anymore. Just a little bit of mustard on the bottom. Then I put the chicken on top with another layer of mustard.
with a dash of hot sauce. And that's how I assemble the salads. And then I've got to kind of clean as I go. So everything is ready for storage. Before I show you the salads, I'm going to show you what I put in my breakfast. So I add mushrooms, so I'm going to add mushrooms this time. All of this is for Monday, so we're going to chop it up now. And you're just going to let your scissors go to work. Alright, and then what I'll do is I'll crack 6 eggs on that, and I'll eat half immediately in the morning and then half about 2 hours later. This is probably about a 320 calorie breakfast that I've eaten every single day for as long as I can remember. At least 15. This style of breakfast for at least 11 years. Just chopping up the veggies and everything, and every now and then things evolve, but I like to get it all pulped up like that. And what happens is that the eggs cook it. This one is today's. I only have 4 of those tall containers. They all go in the fridge for storage and everything. And we might put fajita meat on it, I don't know. And I could put shrimp in here too. But yeah, you just go to town with your kitchen shears. Now, I always dry off the broccoli before I store it, so it usually sits there in my sink on top of a paper towel, just where where the cut dryer is and everything. You have this grid that dries things and it keeps things from falling into the basin. Look at that, that's a stock, you know. And then we're gonna add ramen noodles to it, and we're gonna do a big breakfast today because I'll probably only need to eat one more time after that. That's 1 egg. 2 egg. Let's grab 4 more. No! We got it though. We got it. Bam. We got it. We're on top of it. Boom. We only lost about half of it. So what do you see here? You see my breakfast setup. So I always start with half a tablespoon of butter. That's what I use on my pans. I try to stay away from cooking spray. It has soybean oil in it. That's why you saw relish and mustard go onto the salad, because those condiments are better dressing than anything else. The ramen noodles are in there. All this just goes in. Wiggle-loo-bop. That's breakfast. Alright, I don't put ramen noodles. I only do ramen noodles and my eggs on the weekends because usually I'm very busy and I don't have time to stop and eat, so I need something that's going to power me through the entire day. And I'll just scramble that shit up and I'll eat it, and that'll be breakfast. Sometimes I'll add chicken to it and make something pretty kick-ass. Sometimes I won't. But chicken's done. That's going to get, one of those pieces is going to get quartered into meat for the salads, and you'll see how the salad comes together. God damn, that's cooking up nicely. I'm going to gain 3 pounds of raw muscle on this shit. Maybe 5 pounds of raw muscle. That's just looking good. Yeah, it's about done. We probably need another minute. But let's go over to the other side. So now you're going to see the complete salad. I estimate the cost of each one of these lunches and the calorie count at about 600. You're going to see the complete salad fully assembled now. And I need it ready immediately because I might have to get up and go to work really early. So Monday always gets made. You're probably wondering, what are the purposes of the ramen noodles? The ramen noodles have 2 purposes. The first purpose is to keep the weekly salads fresh, because the ramen noodles will absorb all the moisture away from your vegetables. That's key. Next thing to go on this salad, the last little coup d'etat here, some extra mustard, and if I wanted to I could put some relish on top, but I got enough relish on that. And then just a dot of hot sauce. That's it. Alright, so this is gone, completely ready to go. Don't need to worry about it. Everything gets their caps now. There's tomorrow. There's Tuesday. Wednesday. And usually Friday. Alright, now I have the square container for breakfast, which is on Monday. That gets a cap. So I always know to pull for the green cap first. There's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. There you go. And then I just make the last one on Friday. Breakfast is served, and I'm going to eat that. But we'll go to the fridge, and that'll probably be it. It's kind of time to get serious. I always use cinnamon and sugar or honey. And then this is very important because you brew your own coffee, you save a lot of money. And then I always use this kind of creamer, this almond creamer, because it does not have soy in it. Let me see here, I'm double checking. Cane sugar, sunflower oil, pea, protein, potassium, citrate, baking soda. Yeah, there's no soy in this. And I can't reiterate how soy-free your diet needs to be. But soy is the devil. Soy is the fucking devil. So here we are, a typical bachelor fridge. Up there we start with the eggs. We've got Monday's salad, the red container. We've got Monday's breakfast. Now, if I have to, I will cook Monday's breakfast beforehand or crack all the eggs. So all I have to do is heat up the pan while my hair gets done, because it does take me 10 minutes to do my hair in the morning. And then the meat container is the big green one. I've got leftovers over there. I'm very blessed because I got a mom who's always cooking, and she saw fit to give me some fajita meat, and there's nothing in there. As you can see, there's very little junk food, and all the leftover vegetables are over there, and all the salads are right there underneath that shelf, and that's the fridge. And we'll go back up. All of the garbage ends up into 3 of the bags. That's basically what typical Sunday garbage looks like. And then that coffee can, I'm gonna fill it with cat shit from over there. Dun dun dun. So now it is time for me to get serious. And I hate getting serious. I have to do all my adulting. It's not all fun and games. It's not all fun and games. I have to adult, which is like, it's the thing that I hate doing the most. And it's the end of the month, and I have to, and it's nearing the end of the month, and I have to check out how much money I spent on groceries and stuff like that, and I have to do this thing called bill pay. And I just fucking hate it. Now, what I need is an assistant. Someone who is willing to do the cleaning and the adulting for me. I sign the checks and they put all this stuff into the envelope because I'm a busy genius. I figure every minute I'm not downstairs at that fucking table, life just isn't worth. Somebody in China is dying of COVID. Don't you understand? Or somebody out there is dying of COVID every minute I'm not at that table. So basically that's how I check my nutrition. And then I do typical lunch items. So every single lunchbox I take with me has 1 banana, 1 grapefruit, and 2 apples. Again, I don't use any salad dressings. Salad dressings contain soybean oil. I don't use any mayo. I tried this keto mayo, and it sucks balls. Last time I made tuna fish sandwiches, as a matter of fact, I'm going to chuck this out with the trash today. And because it doesn't have any soybean oil in it. Normal mayonnaise has soybean oil in it, and you can't have tuna fish sandwiches without the mayonnaise. It just sucks, That's why I got the vinegar and everything, You got to do it right. I typically never eat any bread at all, unless it's on a burger that I bought for myself. But I'm going to try something where I make my own burgers for myself instead, to see if I save a little bit of money that way, because you're already starting to feel the pinch. If I go out and I get a burger from the stand that I really like to go to, it costs me $13. $13. That's inflation at work right there. And it used to be $10.
It's gone up $3 this year at the beginning. At the end of the year, I noticed the price went up $3 fucking. So, no soy in my coffee creamer. Absolutely. I don't drink any milk. I don't know how I get my calcium. Actually, that's a weird one. Every now and then I'll take a tablet, but I don't have bad bones, so I guess I'm okay. So, other than that, you know, I hope you enjoyed this segment of me doing a typical Sunday workload, and that is my every Sunday. And then I have the extra caveat. I have a birthday party for my niece, so I have to draw her a little card and everything, and that's already done. So there you go. We'll see ya in the next one.
Going on.
I friggin' sold out. It's better to burn out than to fade away.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.